Anderson probably should have never said anything
Should
about
never.
Jordan wearing 45.
Mm-mm.
Yes, he should just shut that up. That. I
How
ain't
nigga?
saying
Where is he these days after those missed free throws?
You said who?
he's a Magic employee. I don't remember. Let me see.
Oh, Nick Anderson. You said right? Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, definitely, or was at least a Magic employee.
But thank you, Nick, for the two championships. You know what I mean? Because without you and your sacrifice,
Oh god. Oh man.
I swear we didn't pay him. He did that on his own.
Yeah, no, he did that all his own. He did that all on his own. Whew. That man didn't have to say nothing to Mike. Nothing at all.
So DK, did you get to peep in on the interview with Steve Berline? That was so nice.
Nah, couldn't. I was over there crammed in at work. I was wondering about it actually.
Ah, I got you.
What's going on, Jamal? Oh man. It was I'm not gonna lie. Outside of my equipment crapping out on me, I enjoyed that interview. And when I tell you TP stepped up, TP stepped up like a champ. Like a champ.
Host TP is what it sounds like to me.
That's what it was. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
Dang.
because Troy was on a crazy delay, and like what would happen is he would always start cutting you off when you start talking because of
He
him
could.
thinking that there was a break, and then once he starts talking, it's already cut you off, and then both people stop, and now it's just awkward.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I guess I got to be the one to ask the questions. And then I had to, I let Mr. Berline know. I was like, hey, he's on a delay. When we say something, give him a chance to respond, so we're not talking over each other. Just
Right.
trying to keep the flow going. And it was a great time. And the question I had to ask him was who was the most dangerous NFL player he ever played against, and he went on this whole tangent about how Lawrence Taylor changed the way offenses played. The whole slide protection concept was born out of being able to try to block LT because running backs and tight ends couldn't do it.
That's insane. Wow.
Yep. So the
Damn.
reason they slide protect now
It's,
is because LT. So that was great.
Dang. So in his mind, LT, I'd imagine, is the best defensive player ever.
Yeah.
Despite what Aaron Donald and what we've seen out of JJ Watt or whatever. I mean, I'm sure everybody probably got Donald a lot.
Well, here's the
Anyways.
thing. That's who he played against. If we're looking at generational players like JJ Watt, he changed the game as far as now defenders, instead of trying to get to the quarterback every time, they put a hand up.
Mm-hmm.
That whole concept on defense was born out of the chip blocks and all that. Them just trying to take the defensive lineman out at the line of scrimmage. Now you got these 6'5", 6'6" defensive linemen sticking their hands up and blocking the passing lanes. So that
Mm-hmm.
in itself changed a lot of how the game is played. Now, the RPO was developed to be able to get away from defenders like JJ Watt.
So it's just a developing game, just like any of the other games that we watch, man. Okay, I see. That's what's up, though, man. That's freaking awesome that interview went that well, man. Despite the hardships that you guys pulled through, it sounded like. So that's what's up. Shoot, I gotta go back and watch that thing, man. Dang,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
it was
I
good.
perseverance,
missed
man.
out.
Perseverance. Gotta push through. Gotta push through.
That sounds
You
like
know,
his
man.
energy was tough too, man, or it was very high, man.
It was. It
Oh
was.
yeah.
I did not see him this weekend because where they was hanging out at, I knew I wasn't gonna see him. I knew I wasn't gonna see them. They hanging out in different tax brackets. I can't hang out with them folks. Oh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is another one. The Madness Basketball Podcast, TP, DK, and myself. Oh man, it feels so good to have my stream deck back.
Yes.
Feels so good. Feels so good to have my stream deck back. Stream, y'all got y'all act together. I might be a permanent resident over here. Might be a permanent resident over here. So it was Father's Day this weekend. Shout out to all the fathers that enjoyed the Father's Day weekend with their kid. I had Ash. Ash was wilding this weekend, absolutely wilding. Apparently,
man.
the Y Mama, I'm calling y'all out by name, the Y Mama Boys and Girls Club got my 8-year-old playing spades and gambling.
What? What?
Is this in the hood?
It's not in the hood. That's what I'm like.
What are we doing?
Okay, all right. So I'm trying to make sure that like he ain't seen that with me and Marlo. So I'm asking him questions. He's like, no, at camp, like we go and we play spades and we gamble. I know I've never used the term gamble and cards with him in the same. I never used that. So that was a shock to me. So yeah, he said, yeah, he can play spades, and then he told his mama that he playing spades and gambling. So she was trying to figure out if she taught him how to gamble. So now she told him.
First, we gotta understand. Does he know what it means to gamble? Because he's just saying it. Kids be saying stuff and not knowing what they saying.
He got 7 ones. He won $7.
What? So they real gambling.
They gambling for real.
So would he start off with nothing? Like how did did he start off with $1?
Listen, I was afraid to keep going down that rabbit hole. I was gonna let his mama do that because at some point it's gonna be my fault. So I'm just gonna let his mama go down that rabbit hole, figure out what's what.
No, I would have had to go down and have a conversation with these folks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm because my mama had to get checked up on today because her birthday cake, my mom's birthday was on the 17th. Her birthday cake,
happy birthday.
When it came up, anytime she throws up, they send her to the hospital. So they had, make sure everything was okay. And then I stayed there in case because it's been a year since she had her last colonoscopy. I was just making sure that if they should want her to do that, I stayed there all day. But my own birthday, all this was going on. I said, when I get a chance to go down to Y Mama and holla at the Boys and Girls Club, I need some understanding. Somebody need to explain to me what's going on.
Right.
No, that is.
So, but in other news, I woke up this morning and I posted, if you follow me on Twitter, my personal account on Twitter, sometimes I post some funny stuff. And I saw Rick Ross talk about how he paid his last child support payment and was kind of celebrating it. And that's cool and all. That's cool that, you think it's a comedy skit and it's cool. However, if your baby mama is a comedian, whenever you troll, you got to understand there is possibly some repercussions for trolling. And Tia don't hold back. So I'm gonna let y'all hear this.
That's a good one. See, that's when the bitch was his regular self then. Listen here, bitch. Every day I'm fucking hustling. I heard you was over there talking about you. The best Father's Day gift you could have got was you sending your last child support payment or something, bitch. You stupid, silly motherfucker. Who the fuck give a fuck about your child support payments, bitch? And if I want some more, I take my ass over to family court and get some while he going.
So I'm gonna stop it right there because that's very important. That's very important. Men,
Oh
sometimes you gotta know
man.
when to shut up. You gotta know when to shut up. Cause see,
You know,
18 does not end child support. You can pay child support up to 25.
Damn,
And don't get it because you'll be paying for grad school.
damn.
So, all right, you playing
Lord.
with these women.
In college, bitch, you ain't worthy for me sitting in the system and going back and forth to court to drag your big fat funky old zippy taking ass down for a little something, bitch. I'm making that shit per show. You didn't know? We up now, bitch. What are you gonna do now? Stupid motherfucker. I could pay for college out of pocket now, you dumb fat bitch. Alexa! Cut that bitch off now. I'm talking. Get that.
By the way, her son is going to that school in Daytona.
Oh,
So the Florida Classic. So Rick Ross' son going to Bethune-Cookman, and so is Big Boy's son is going to Bethune-Cookman. So the Florida Classic should be jam-packed. Bethune should have their side this year. So, whew.
shit.
But yeah, so
Bitch
baby
out my
mama.
house. Listen here, you fat bitch. Let me tell you something, you fat funky motherfucker. You gotta worry about them 8 or 9 you over there you got that you gonna be paying child support for till you're about 70, you stupid old. You should have clipped your back then when you was talking about it and you was telling me about it, but I guess you got scared, didn't you? You dumb funky bitch. I'm so glad mine's the last in the nest and he gonna go do what he gotta do and be your bitch. I could go be a whole hoe because you kept me back a long time. I didn't know I could get these much and bitches in life, mother. Bitch, you did me a favor. I tried to let you have your dusty daddy day yesterday. I didn't even come on there. I did it on purpose. I made mother big beef back ribs for my motherfucking sons. That's good fathers, bitch. And lima beans. So the shit that you love to motherfucking eat, bitch, and you wasn't worthy of getting one motherfucking bean out the motherfucking pot. I heard you had some shit on your story about me, bitch. You run it over here. Unblock me. Please, you fat funky fucker. You done blowed your ass back up because everybody know I told the world I found them needles in your motherfucking refrigerator. So obviously it wasn't diabetes medicine, it was Ozempic. Now it look like your fat ass done gained all that weight back because you slide across that stage looking like the shit.
Too damn much. She's too much. Uh uh.
Leave her alone.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Quit
you
messing
better
with that
leave
lady.
her. Leave that lady alone. You get yourself
Remember
fucked up.
when I called Ash Mama live on stream?
Yeah, you
I
fucked up.
won't ever do that again. I won't. And I was just asking about shoe sizes. I had a legit question. You think I'm finna?
You know, it was about 10 seconds into her answering the phone, and I think you realized at that
Yeah.
moment you had fucked up.
Yeah.
Leave the women alone. Leave the women alone. Leave the women alone. All right. So DK apparently decided that he was gonna bet on Sunrise today. Um, even though Connor Davis said he was gonna drag them people back to Edmonton. So we gonna see. We
Yeah.
gonna see how this
Currently, we
goes.
not doing too hot.
Yeah.
Currently, we not doing too hot.
I mean, Connor Davis is like nice with the stick. He
They
real
had a
nice with the
power
stick.
play, and he scored on their own power play, on the Panthers' power play, shorthanded. He fried them.
He's him. But I mean, his teammates. I mean, let's be honest. They can't fight.
Nah.
So he got to fight for him because you should never be choked out in the NHL game. Like that shit,
You
that
still
shit
talk
never
about that
happened.
man getting
Man, bro.
he got tapped out. He didn't get choked out. He tapped out.
You gotta go to sleep, man. You gotta go to sleep.
He
All
said,
right.
hey, you look tired. Let me help you out.
Hey, thank you for coming over. So I posed a question earlier today, and I kind of left it very vague for a reason. Um, if Jaylen Brown is the MVP, why are we talking about Jason Tatum?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I guess that's my rebuttal to the question is why not?
Jaylen Brown has been consistent the entire playoffs.
But Tatum has two. He led them in every statistical category. Did he not? I thought so.
So
Like up until a certain point.
Tatum has had some woeful shooting nights in these playoffs. Woeful. And then he turned
Yeah.
around and he had some incredible nights. He had 30 points last night. And it was a blowout, so we kind of overlooked the 30 points. But
Right.
Jaylen Brown has been consistent the entire playoffs. And I feel
I,
like he has earned his moment. Whereas a lot of people are saying, "Oh well, they're not. You can't separate the two." Yes, you can. You seriously can. This man has earned his moment. Don't get me wrong. Jason Tatum he got his own monkey off his back because he had to deal with he can't win a championship thing. But I feel like Jason Tatum has the most God given talent, and Jaylen Brown is just a better player right now. And it's not by much. I ain't saying crazy. It ain't by much, but dude,
I need you to explain to me what makes Jaylen Brown better. Because Jason Tatum had more points than him in the finals. He had more rebounds than him in the finals, and he also had more assists than him in the finals. And this is through all 5 games.
say,
Please tell me how Jaylen Brown has played better.
he has been
like
consistent
it's.
the entire time, both defensively
Jay,
and
Jay,
But
offensively.
Tatum was too
Tatum has
though.
Jay,
had two.
Jay,
Tatum has had two bona fide great games in these finals. Two.
how
Jason
many did
Tatum,
you have?
Jaylen Brown has had all his games have been incredible through the finals, through the entire playoffs.
Nah, not really. There
20,
was one
so
game where he
20,
had like
so
21.
21 points is 7 assists is incredible. Okay. Jason Tatum had 18, 12, and 9 in the same game. So who played better?
And he took out their best player.
Oh, okay. The Andre Iguodala rule.
90.
Got you.
So like
Oh my!
how I feel about it
Hold
is
on,
like
no.
I feel like they
No,
both did their thing. Why can't they both get the credit? Like I do. I'm
I'm
not
not
I'm
saying
not mad
they
at
don't
either
get
one
credit
winning
for
the.
what they do. I'm
But
not
no, but
saying
like
that.
your thing was like, why are we talking about Tatum? I feel like he does deserve some credit. Like he was part of the reason why they got there, right? Like Porzingis was hurt all the time. It was him and Jaylen Brown. They got some support between Derek White and Drew Holiday, depending upon the game. They never both were going off, but if one didn't have 20, the other one sure as heck had 20 points. So, but those two were pretty consistent all the way through. Maybe one edged out the other a couple, depending upon the game that they played, but they both did their job, I feel like.
Well, I'll say this: when I rolled over this morning and looked at the TV, what I did not expect was to hear. I almost forgot who won the MVP.
You ain't forget.
Eh,
You ain't forget.
I actually did. I had to go back and look. I'm like, who the fuck won the MVP? The way they was talking, I'm like, who won the MVP?
Okay.
Because it
I
got,
see.
but
I see.
hey, I listen. This finals was a lot of storylines that
Yeah.
kind of got solved. But I do
Did
have
it?
one question for you. I
Did
do
it?
have one
Did they
question
get?
for you.
Did they get solved?
The Celtics have a good core. Somebody gonna have to go, because they can now negotiate. You can negotiate with your team's free agents. So somebody going. Um,
Why not just build a
Derek White,
dynasty?
I think.
Why not restructure contracts to keep the core? You got to keep Derek White, Drew Holiday, Jason, and Jaylen. Al Horford, veteran minimum. There's a way to restructure deals to make this work. If you want a dynasty, that's the only way dynasties work is when the players are okay with negotiating in a way that helps the team. I'm not saying that they should take less money, but you negotiate your deal that is advantageous to the rest of the organization.
Mhm.
So I don't know
Well,
how
the
that's
thing.
gonna work with the new hard cap.
Mm.
Well, this is how I see it, right? In Everybody's on a contract going into next season, is what it sounds like. But who expires in the following season is Al Horford, which ain't no way he's probably if he's even going to play this season, right? But Al Horford, Derek White, and then Tatum. So I'd assume Derek White's going to be the one that's going to bounce, unless they get rid of Drew Holiday before then and then keep Derek White because Derek White's a little younger than Drew Holiday. That's what I would do, but um, that's what's going to have to end up happening to make up the amount of money that Tatum is going to want or need or whatever the case is. But if they did that, if they got rid of Derek White and with Al Horford's money, maybe even with Al Horford's money gone, and they keep Derek White, but Derek White might want more money than what he's getting right now, which is 19.6 million a year. He might want more than that, so he might be gone. Him and Al are going to be gone. But I mean, to keep a core of Drew Holiday, Kristaps, Tatum, and him, or him with White, they ain't gonna be all right. They ain't gonna be all right. They're gonna be all right.
Again, it just
All right.
depends all on how they go about it because the the whole narrative of trying to like tear Jason and Jaylen apart, I don't think it's fair because I don't think that they get there
Yeah,
without either one. We can say that Jaylen Brown played great, but without Jaylen Brown, they're not. I mean, without Jason Tatum, they're not in the finals.
yeah.
There's no way they make it to the finals. They don't get
No,
past Indiana.
no, they don't because they don't have that other lethal scorer. Because think about it. I don't know if Jaylen Brown's up for all them double teams and having for him to be the focus of the of the other team's defense. I don't know if he's ready for that. I mean, he might be. I take that back. He might be, but I mean, to not have another guy, if you're completely taking Jason Tatum out of the equation, I don't like you said. I don't think that they make it. So I think
I think I think the problem with Jason Tatum is the fact that it ain't fancy.
yeah,
He's like a little bit more dynamic than Kawhi Leonard, where he
yeah,
just gets buckets, he does his job. He may not be the most elite defender, but he's not a traffic cone.
all right. You know, Luka. Sadly, like I don't mean to,
He
but
not. Yeah, he's not a cone out there. The only thing you can say that Jaylen Brown does better than him is play defense. but that doesn't mean that he's anywhere near him offensively.
No,
But they both they go ahead.
I know. What I was saying was, and I want to make sure I make sure everybody understand. I'm not saying that Jaylen Brown is not a five. He is a. You don't need to run plays for me. I'm gonna get buckets, and I'm gonna play defense, and I'm gonna play superior defense. So I don't want people to get it misconstrued that I'm thinking that, oh, this guy got blessed by Kobe. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying what he said. All these people overlooked his talent and put everybody above him, and he here now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that.
Whew. So we talked about the good guys, and now we got to ask the question because I need to understand. I really need to understand why I get the vitriol when I say something about a player's body weight because
All right. All right.
Luka is 6'7", 230 pounds, playing point guard. And while on offense is easier to maneuver if you're out of shape,
He's not
but
out of shape.
defensively, the reports are coming out that he out of shape. He not like he was in previous years, and he came into this season healthier than he had before. But coming down the stretch, they're saying not only that he's not in the best of shape, that he may have been possibly been drinking beer like it's going out of style.
So now we're making excuses for the Mavericks getting gentlemen swept right out of the finals. Stop it.
Oh, I'm not.
No, I'm
Man.
talking. I know you're not.
Right.
Like 6'7", 230 is not out of shape. Now, if you can say he's cardiovascular, his cardiovascular isn't at top level, then that has to do with his training and his coach. But that doesn't mean that he's overweight. 6'7", 230 is a perfect weight, for a basketball player.
And nothing for nothing. He played 40 minutes. He probably averaged about 40 minutes during at least the damn sure the finals, but at least during the playoffs it was at least over 36, 37 minutes. So I mean,
yeah, his cardio.
He was that out of shape that he would have been out there.
I think they making excuses.
Yeah.
Why not just admit that the Mavericks got outplayed? Why people got to be out of shape and not focused and all this other shit?
I don't know. I don't understand why Luka was slowing the ball down the way he was.
He's always done that, though.
He's always done that.
But the Achilles heel to the Celtics was getting up and down the court. Like they had the same issue as the Knicks had. If you run them, you got a shot. The problem with the Dallas Mavericks, Luka wants to slow the ball down and dribble the air out the ball. Man, if you don't get it, goddamn, you gotta get it on
Kyrie. Too. Kyrie does too. You got two ISO scorers, and I told you this wasn't gonna work.
They pick and choose, I feel like, times or different games or points in the game where they want to facilitate, and then I feel like it's like 70-30 where when they have the ball in their hand, they want to go get it or want to go score no matter what. Even though despite Luka averaging all those assists, it still feels like he, in those moments, he still wants it all for himself. So,
and then we got to understand that defense is what sparks transition baskets. If y'all not playing good defense, y'all not about to be running. And the Celtics did a great job of actually getting offense going, getting in the paint, A lot of pay. They weren't just jacking up threes and giving the Mavericks an opportunity to run up and down the court. They slowed the ball down on their end. So in a way, they controlled the flow of the game.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be nice no more. Like I'm trying to be nice, and I feel like a constipated man. Look, everybody and they mama isolated Luka and got them some buckets. Pritchard got him some buckets. Derek White got him some buckets. Like it was like, oh, you know what it was? No, I can't say that on podcast. It was just free. They was giving away free chicken.
The Celtics did to the Mavericks with Luka what the Mavericks did to Minnesota with Michael Conley.
Yeah.
They took a page out of their book.
As they should have, though. Honestly, as they should have. It's forcing him to have to play both sides of the ball now. Now he has to put some effort into playing defense, because if not, your team about to lose, bro. Like, it's okay if you want to take, or it's not okay, but if you take a couple of plays off and they're not targeting you, all right, you could kind of get away with it, sort of, and then go in and get you a bucket. But when they are targeting you and you are the focus, and you know what also really hurt the Mavericks too? The fact that Derrick Jones and PJ Washington both didn't give you guys enough offense to keep them on the floor, because that's really what hurt you guys. Because they are decent on defense, or helped at least slow things down a little bit at times against the Celtics. But then the minute they came out of the game, you had to put Kleber in to get more offense. Because Luka and them wasn't going to play no damn defense, so it kind of hurt.
You had like 3 or 4 players on the court that couldn't play defense.
Right.
And with that, and then naturally what happens, you're going to have to run a half-court offense because your defense isn't getting stops. You're not getting out in transition. The ball is slowed down on both sides of the court. And the Mavericks' natural go-to is either the alley or the ISO. They got a couple alleys off, but it ain't enough.
No.
It wasn't enough.
I love Jason Kidd as a coach, but the number of alley oops that they were throwing, I'm like, this college basketball. This ain't the pros.
No, that's how they play. That's how they play. That's how they beat OKC.
I was just like, it just. Whew.
But for my words of advice to Luka, there is nothing more embarrassing than being in the gym and trying to guard. You out there playing defense or whatever, and whoever matches up with you throw their hand up like, "Hey, he free." Like, that is embarrassing. Whoever you're guarding, they throwing their hands up. He free. So you can't guard nobody. You can't guard point guards. You can't guard 2s, 3s, or 4s. And you damn sure better not get in there with a 5, because you're going to get your ass bullied into the damn stands. But every time somebody match up with you, they throw their hand up. Oh, he free? Come on, man. You got to get in the gym. You got to get in the gym. You need to get in the weight room.
Something got to change. Something got to change. Mentality, something.
Mentality, body frame. Well, he got the frame. You got to get the physique to be able to bang with some of these bigger guys. And you got to work on your quickness to stay in front of these quicker guards, because you're in a situation where you can't do either. How you big and soft? Like, that makes no sense. You're like Rudy Gobert, but 5 inches shorter.
Yeah.
TP. Why?
I mean, that's fairly accurate.
He went out of his way.
Because I'm still mad Wemby didn't win Defensive Player of the Year. And they gave it to Rudy, who somehow was the worst defender on his team.
Oh, my God.
He was the worst defender on his team in the playoffs outside of Conley. Like, come on. Like, please.
Can't say you're wrong. Can't say you're wrong.
Oh, man. That was beautiful to watch. TP had a very thought-provoking, insightful comment, and then for no reason at all took a shot at Rudy Gobert. Oh God. Oh man.
The man is somewhere
Um.
tucked in a hole, squeezing on to his defensive player of the year trophy because he know he don't deserve it.
All right.
We
Just
we
talk.
median now. I can say that.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
median
let me.
now.
So look. I since thing we are working on our image. We are trying to be better. And today, Kirk Herbstreit said some nice words about the Florida State baseball team after he said that Florida State didn't deserve to be in the college football playoffs. So please understand, don't get it twisted. We still don't like you. I can't go out here and say we want you to wake up every morning and stub your toe at 3 a.m. because I'm median. That's not nice to say. So I wish you the best. Um, be careful across the streets. People driving Nerf buses. So, you be blessed, sir. Now,
Dang. So it's still beef.
it's going to be smoke forever. Like, I ain't talking about
Jeez.
just me. Like, there is a whole Seminole nation that, like, got words for Kirk Herbstreit.
Dang.
And when I tell you what he said about the Florida State baseball team, it was nice. We sent North Carolina home packing. Sent them home packing. That's what I mean, y'all. Everybody that voted retroactively state, you got to give them buckets every time. So we sent them home. Now we got to play the number one team in the nation in Tennessee. But we owe
Yeah.
them we owe them one from back in '97 when we lost to Tennessee in the BCS championship. We owe them one, and we owe them one
Jeez.
for a couple of days ago when them boys was hitting the
That man
ball
said
out of the
back
ballpark.
in '97.
Oh no, my grudge forever. My
Back in
grudge forever.
'97.
You think you doing something because you playing out back up. The Red Rooster Marcus option quarterback trying to play against T. Martin and Peerless Price. Man, let me stop.
DK, what year were you born?
97.
'97.
Actually, I don't think I was born when that game happened.
Not if it was in the spring.
Right, because that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, if it happened in January or something like that, no.
Yeah, it happened in January.
Yep. I'm even born.
Back when they played bowl games on January 1.
I might have a thing that said if bringing up old shit was a person, and then have a picture of Troy.
Hey, wow. Cameron
Accurate.
has a knee injury. She has a knee injury. She's been ruled out the game, which is
Cameron
crazy because they're
Brink.
playing Connecticut. Yeah, they playing Connecticut. And Connecticut is hooping. Like they hooping.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about the state of Connecticut that they just have good basketball teams? The college team good, the WNBA team good.
Oh, they
What's
just
going
got a
on?
squad over there. They
You
really
know,
just got a squad over there for real.
so I don't know if y'all saw Asia Wilson break down after that loss to go 6-6.
I
They're
did.
feeling the
Yeah.
pressure. The Aces are feeling the pressure right now. And I think that with all this media coverage on Caitlin Clark, we're missing the bigger picture. The bigger picture is the fact that the WNBA, for some odd reason that we don't know yet, it got more competitive overnight.
Oh
And,
yeah.
this all started. It didn't start this summer. It started last summer.
Yeah.
The shit been brewing, and what we're seeing is the competitive nature of these women who keep hearing about Caitlin Clark this, Caitlin Clark that. Now everybody is on a mission to say or show y'all why you should be talking about them.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Everybody hungry.
Yeah,
Everybody. So it's kind of in a sense hurting them because they were just chilling. Had the squad,
they was just
and
doing their
now
thing.
everybody wants some. It's not even like not. It's not even like where it's usually like everybody's going for the champion. Everybody's trying to get theirs for real now. Like
Yeah,
how it should have been, man.
it just seems like a different level of hunger has engulfed the WNBA, and I love to see it.
Yeah, man, for sure, for sure.
So I, on this podcast, we keep when we talk about WNBA, we stay out of the women's issues unless there is a woman on here discussing the women's issues. There is a prominent, and I'm not gonna say her name because she likes to be paid when she comes on podcasts, and I understand that. Get your paper. There's a prominent WNBA content creator who says that when men cover the WNBA, we don't cover all the dynamics of the WNBA. And for me, I know my lane. I'm a man. I cover the sport and what I see. I don't try to get complicated in the intricacies of the queer folks in the WNBA. I don't try and get into any trans queer. I don't get into none of that because that's not my lived experience. I know hoop. I watch basketball. I can see when somebody's upset. I can see fairness. I talk about those things. The things that I don't talk about are the things that makes the WNBA way more complicated than the NBA. There are issues that I do not understand as a man that I'm not supposed to understand. People forget we just had a round of players who went off and had babies and came back. We're not talking about that. Because what one woman may take 18 months to come back and play, another woman plopped her baby down 6 weeks later, she was hooping. That is completely a subjective thing that has nothing to do with anything in my understanding. So when you say we have no business covering the WNBA, it's the same thing that I say about people not wanting HBCUs out from behind paywalls. You cannot put up barriers that prevents the sport from growing. Can't do it.
Yeah,
We,
I agree.
I don't. Mm.
I agree, and it kind of goes back to I don't know if it was last week or the week before when we had that conversation, like, or I think it was when we were watching the clip of Stephen A. and Monica, and how Stephen A. could have did a better job of using his platform to talk about the WNBA more. So I feel like it's more so. I'm not sure where like that question started, but I feel like we should be talking more about the WNBA aside from Caitlin Clark, like something that TP just mentioned about the Aces and whatnot, and Asia Wilson. Like I feel like that's what we should be doing more of. And like you said, like some of the stuff in the W or that has to do with women in particular in the WNBA, maybe not something that we can speak on as men, but there are certainly some things that we can use our platform, to speak about other than Caitlin Clark or some of the more popular things. Shed lights to everything, all the players, you know what I'm saying? So
I honestly feel like we should be able to talk about anything that affects the sport
that too.
because
Yeah.
there's never been a limit put on what women reporters can say about men's sports. So why is there a double standard?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not you're not we're not saying that men should tell women what to do with their bodies because that's a completely different subject that has no business in a sports conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We're literally talking about what and how things apply to the sport. And once you get outside of that, okay, now you're a little bit out of your depth and you need to slow it down.
100% agree. So, oh man, I'll just say this: I've been watching the WNBA since from its inception. I believe it was the '96 Atlanta Olympics that bore out the WNBA and that Adidas league. And I don't know why I can't remember the name of the Adidas league, but that there were more, and if my memory serves me correct, there were more gay and lesbian women that played in the other league than in the WNBA. And so that was its own controversy because it was on Lifetime and all of those channels over there. And that was its own controversy or whatever. But eventually that league folded and everybody came up under the WNBA roof. And again, I've been on the WNBA because Tina Thompson was a whole crush. Hey Tina, how you doing? It's me. It's your boy.
No,
So you don't understand. Like, it's one thing to be beautiful, but to watch a beautiful woman get 20 points and 10 rebounds, man, you couldn't tell. Like, anyway, I was a much younger man, less gray hair, whatever. But I always felt like the WNBA should have been greater than what it was. And at times it fell behind the MLS, which I thought was crazy. So, but I digress. Like I said, it is what it is. The WNBA is going to interview the Vegas tourism chief about the Aces. It's basically an NIL deal, and it has nothing to do with the WNBA. So I don't understand why the WNBA is getting involved in that. Get them ladies their money. You wasn't. God, I gotta say her name. You ain't say nothing to Nike when Caitlin Clark got her deal. So stay out them people's pockets.
I'm confused. What you mean? Like the Aces just happened like some sort of just like other deal? Just like some sponsorship type of deal? Um,
And speaking of Angel Reese, they had the number one viewed basketball, the top rated basketball WNBA basketball game viewership wise in 23 years.
wow. Good for them. Good for them. Good stuff. Ladies, good stuff. I know they're not smiling about it, but I mean, you know what? Maybe they are, but I know they pissed at each other right now, aren't they?
Well,
I don't.
they called a flagrant foul on Angel Reese for aggressively attacking the ball on a block, but she missed and hit Caitlin in the side of her head. If you look at the play, there was no intention.
Yeah, it didn't seem that crazy to me.
Yeah, there was no intention on, it wasn't an outside of basketball type play.
Right.
But the aggressiveness and, pretty much everything else that's been being said led to it being counted as a flagrant. And I want to say the Fever ended up winning that game.
Yeah. They did. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to dance around some issues, and I ain't doing a very good job of dancing at all. Well, during the finals, Joel Embiid got on the podium and kind of tampered with Paul George, and we touched on it a little bit, but since renegotiating their contracts right now. Did I break up?
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't hear nothing you said.
Oh, okay. All right. So Paul George is an unrestricted free agent. Do you think the Clippers are going to offer him a max contract?
Yes.
I think you got to. If they don't, then they got to be getting ready to trade Kawhi. Then maybe, unless Kawhi wants to stay home regardless, right? Because he's from California. But
My reason is you don't want to lose the value of the player, because if other people see him as being worth that contract, then what you have is a trade scenario where you can move on from him, but you don't want to do so where you're giving them away for free. So if the plan is to trade him, you still got to sign him.
right.
What you think, Troy?
I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be good. But here's the dilemma, right? The dilemma is, what is his actual value, right? Is he a player that turns you into a contender? But it's not about whether or not Ballmer has money. They now have a hard cap. They made sure the Warriors will never be able to assemble the Super Friends ever again. They made sure that in
Not the
2 years
Super
it was a nice cap, it was a soft cap, and then now it is a hard cap. Like, it's before they hit you with a little luxury tax or whatever. Now it's you get a luxury tax. After that luxury tax, no, you can't sign that player. You don't have the money for it.
Yeah.
It won't matter though. It won't matter. And quite frankly, if I'm the owner of the Clippers, I'm getting rid of Kawhi and Paul George. They
You
have
can't do it
one
for free.
No, you're not gonna do it for free. There's gonna be some trades happening, but I don't. And I've been watching this clip series, and I don't know if the franchise is cursed. But what have they won you? Like, nobody can you. It's $750 million, and the only thing I got is a new arena that I got to pay money for. DK want to say something. Go ahead and say something about your boy DK.
Nah, not my boy. Whoa. Definitely not my boy. But nah, man, I don't know. Like,
You said Kawhi under contract till 27.
yeah, nah, it wasn't so much of the Kawhi being under contract, but it's like if you get rid of Paul George, then what's the sense in keeping Kawhi? Is that team even competitive at that point if you don't have both of them? And are you doing him a disservice and doesn't even want to be there without Paul George being there? So
I mean, they still have James Harden, and I'm not sure where Russell Westbrook is.
I think he's a unrestricted free agent right now too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really just like if they do end up keeping Paul George, like you said, like they just can't simply lose a value on Paul George. They can't.
Okay. So those guys probably won't be back. Yeah, they are in shambles.
They was in shambles with them.
Yeah, but it's even worse now. It's even worse now because they ain't gonna be able to afford to pay Paul George, try to keep Russell and James Harden, who want
That's
to
hard.
win championships.
It's gonna be
Don't be
hard.
surprised if one of those guys ends up in Boston.
It ain't gonna be Tubby Tubby.
Why not? James Harden been in the league so long, he wants a ring. So what you got to do? Take a pay cut, go up to Boston.
TP finna be mad. James Harden been trying to get back to Houston so bad.
And please don't. We're good.
He want to put strippers through college.
Oh
Yes. And he just, I
Please don't.
think,
Oh my God.
I can't even get it out.
Well, I still have my James Harden jersey, so
I think Ime could do wonders for him. Or Ime could choke him out. It could be an either or thing.
I don't think that's ever gonna work out.
so if we bring in James Harden, do we get rid of Jalen Green?
You can't get rid of the youth. You can't get rid of
That'd
youth.
be a
You
free
can't.
agent.
Ask the Lakers, they did it.
How's that working out for them? Oh wait, that's
They
right. They
won a
got an
championship.
in-season tournament.
They
They
won.
won a championship.
They won a championship. What do you
Yeah.
mean? I
And what
mean,
else they did?
it was the bubble championship, but still, it goes down
Hey,
as a ring.
hey, hey. Right.
It still goes down as a ring, and it was the very next year.
I bet
You say you almost have to get rid of Jalen. That's what I said. I don't see a scenario where that works.
maybe James
Just
should retire.
just saying. Then we still got Jabari Smith, so somebody got to go. That wouldn't work. And I'm not sure if they're gonna re-sign. Well, if Dylan Brooks is gonna be back, so we still got to wait and see how that works.
Yo, Bully, I don't see. I think Bully just trying to start fights up in here.
You said he was coming to Houston. Nah, take that.
I've now got beef with the Panthers. Oh my god. Yo.
Listen, I keep telling y'all about Sunrise, man. It is always happy there. It is, listen, the happiest places in Florida, Orlando, and Sunrise, Florida. They always happy, man. All right.
How they happy after this performance? They getting worked. 3-0. The coach's head is down. The coach's head is. I've never seen a coach head down before.
Oh man. The crazy thing is the shot disparity isn't that much. It's only like 13-8.
Mm.
So on this episode of the Madness Basketball Podcast, TP and I asked DK why he hate me so much that he gonna bet money with the Panthers.
It's always these Florida teams, man. It's somehow always these Florida teams making me sad.
I learned my lesson betting on Florida teams. You got a better chance of predicting the weather pattern of a hurricane than betting on the Florida team.
You know what? I want to book that Florida State Tennessee game. I want to book that as a lock, but I'm nervous.
What are y'all doing?
That's
I
a
just got raided.
right. You did. You all did.
It's like the
Oh
old days
man.
again.
Right.
Oh man.
He's like, all right, fellas, it's time for y'all to go this way. I need y'all to go this way. And they got big too. Holy, they got big.
Oh, that's right. Connor
Jesus.
David is from St. Louis. I forgot about that.
They got big TP. Lord Jesus, they got big. God damn.
They are getting huge.
Oh
I
man.
have child safety handles on all the doorknobs.
Yeah.
They don't even matter anymore. They pry it off. They pry them off. Ain't no point.
You just wasted your money.
I did.
You
I
absolutely
did.
wasted your money.
There's no stopping these guys.
Oh man.
And then
All right.
Isaiah, the little baby, just be watching,
Like,
Learning.
when is it gonna be my turn?
learning, soaking it in.
Wait till he start running off with a big piece of chicken.
He already done that.
Oh man.
They were sitting in the car. So like we got all three car seats in the back, and Isaiah's the only one that faces back, but he can look to the side and he see Miles eating. That's why he snatched his whole tray, took had the
Oh my
fries and the
God.
nuggets. When we look back, Miles mad. We're like, "What's going on?" Isaiah done stole his food.
Wait. But he took Miles' food.
Yeah, he took Miles' food.
And Miles ain't did nothing?
Miles was just looking like, cause he know not to like get mad at him or hit him or nothing. He not gonna hit the
Okay.
baby.
Okay.
And then while he was doing that, Julian snatched his drink.
Oh no.
Then he
So you
started
ain't
crying.
eating.
He's like,
So you don't need nothing to drink. Oh man.
oh, the innocent person in me would have decided that when I had to laugh at that, but the parent of me, I'm like, come on, I gotta do something.
Man.
Oh man. Oh man.
They be all bad. Miles got Julian back though.
That's funny. That's what's up.
Man.
Oh,
That's
man.
what's up. Jeez.
Well,
Like the Wild West over there.
it's some of these ESPN stories. ESPN has now entered the clickbait era, and I don't know who is worse, if Speak on Fox Sports 1 is worse than First Take, because Shady McCoy called Caitlin Clark the Messiah.
No, jeez. I already know his take on Caitlyn and whatnot.
Yeah,
He's funny. He's like a watered down version of Paul Pierce on the internet. Is how I see it.
Why Shady got to be watered down?
Because he's not as erratic and I guess probably quite literally drunk on broadcast or on TV, but he definitely has some outlandish takes. That's for sure.
No, bully, no. Paul
Outlandish?
Pierce. No,
He
Paul
be
Pierce
wild.
gotta catch these slings and arrows. Paul Pierce will have strippers at your podcast. No, he gotta catch all this shit, slings and arrows. Like, pull
Paul
up,
Pierce
TP,
be
pull up.
wild. Paul Pierce be wild.
So here's the problem with having strippers at your podcast. We are now media now. We are now actively trying to get in media spaces. I am actively calling the swag to try and get the media day. I have no idea why, calling the ACC trying to get in the media day. I'm pretty sure they seen my tweets. It'll probably be a cold day in hell before the ACC let me in media day. But I'm going to try it anyway, just to see. But y'all should know, if them folks let me in that ACC media day, I'm gonna act up. I am going, because my first question to everybody go, so why you voted against Florida State again? I'm gonna act up. But swag, it's me, it's your boy. Let me come to media day. I'm good. I get along with everybody. Them the people, they like me. Everybody like me.
Everybody.
Everybody
Everybody.
in them like me.
He said everybody.
Everybody.
Sure.
Even okay, so maybe that school in Daytona don't like me. Maybe they don't like me.
You don't cause a
But I
ruckus
feel like I'm a
in that in
likable
that in
guy.
that.
Now Marlo, on the other hand,
Perhaps.
oh god. But no, Bully, we will not be having stars on here that may bring strippers to the podcast. I think that would do terrible things for our image that we're trying to actually build or repair, whichever one you want to choose. Um, yeah. So, do we think the Celtics are the next dynasty?
It solely depends on if they keep Tatum. This solely depends on if they keep Tatum or not.
It's too early because we tried to say the same thing about Denver and they didn't repeat or nothing.
Right.
So they didn't even get back to the finals. And what we've seen over the last 6 years is a different champion every year. So until the team is able to even get back to the finals, I don't even think we can even talk about there being a dynasty. Right. I mean, they lost. I get it. They lost players, but at the same time, I'm talking about a true dynasty is a team that dominates for a certain era. And winning one championship does not start a dynasty.
Yeah, I agree. I I want to root for Minnesota to take that next step, but they got Big Cat.
What? Big Cat can't get him a ring, man?
So Big Cat do more disappearing acts. We need to put him on a milk carton in the playoffs. If I'm gonna give Paul George smoke, I gotta give Big Cat smoke. No way you filing out of playoff games. No way that's happening. Unless you
Luka
lose.
did
it.
Hey, DK. Hey. Is this the Spider-Man meme?
Right. Oh man.
Yeah. So I mean, I can't. Like, I wanna. He's so talented. Like, you can post up, you can dribble drive, you can shoot the three. You can actually shoot the three. You're not Joel Embiid pretending to be a 3-point shooter. You're actually a 3-point shooter. And
Bully said Celtics retaining all their players from this championship roster. Well,
all but Sam Hauser.
How many?
They got to
How
get
many?
Sam Hauser back.
How many injuries away are they from not even being a contender? You got to think about that. That's in a perfect world. Nobody gets hurt. The chips line up. No other team gets better. Like there's a lot to think about when it comes to whether or not they even gonna be able to get back.
which is insane, boy. But y'all gonna need him at some some stretch, because he like having him there during the regular season took a lot of the toll off of everybody. I feel like everybody played their role and helped everybody not to have to exert so much energy during the during the season, and coupled
Right.
with the fact that he gave Al Horford a huge break. Like obviously sometimes he would start and he would play, and then Al Horford, they would do that weird rotation where they would sit three of the guys and the other three guys would play. That kind of helped Al Horford and it helped him too. Now who knows what the heck, hopefully Al Horford comes back and plays, but if he doesn't, then that changes that a lot too. I feel like, hopefully Tillman can take a step up, but I feel like that definitely changes the dynamic of, what that team is. If they lose any one of those important pieces for whatever reason that might be, any of those like seven or so, Payne Pritchard, Hauser, or any of them, yeah, Horford, anybody, it's gonna be. They didn't lose anybody during the season. They didn't lose one person until they lost KP. So,
Health has always been a determining factor on whether or not a team can repeat. So that's just one of those we got to wait and see.
mhm. Oh, I lied. No, you're right, Bully. Team option
Yeah,
for Sam.
yeah.
Team option.
Health definitely goes for every team. But that's what I'm saying. Like it takes a lot to repeat in the NBA, and we've seen it become increasingly hard as of late because no team has done it the last 6 years. We've had a different champion every year, and I don't even think a team has managed to make it back to the final, let alone win two in a row.
Right.
Nobody has repeat. The NBA is so competitive, which is one of the reasons I say I think the NBA is in great hands because we look at young players like Wemby, Anthony Edwards. I appreciate the things that Jokic has done for the game. Him and Jamal Murray. Tyrese
Mm-hmm.
Halliburton is another young player. We got we got Brunson balling out for the short guys out there in New York. We got Paolo Branchero down in Orlando.
You gonna get his name right, bro. You gonna get his name right.
Paolo Branchero, how you say it?
Boncaro.
Uh,
Paulo Boncaro.
It don't matter. He a
Boncaro,
dookie.
What?
Boncaro.
Nah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my god.
He a dookie.
But you missing what I'm saying. The NBA is very spread out with talent. It's
Yeah.
not so saturated on one team
Yeah.
because after the Warriors got broke up from having KD, Curry, Clay, Andre Iguodala, and Draymond Green, we've seen the NBA transition into a more competitive state where every team has a chance.
Literally, yeah. If you got the right team built, it seems like that's gonna be the mold, and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it the
Yeah.
way that it's going.
The Bucks thought they were about to walk back to the finals last year,
Yeah.
right? Because they won the year before and then got the number one seed and got swept
Bounce.
right out the first round by
Mm-hmm.
the Miami Heat.
Stomped on. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like the Celtics aren't a super team,
I don't.
so
Yeah, I don't agree.
that,
Yeah, they
that
definitely aren't either, man.
but that's why I don't think that they will repeat because they are not a super team. We don't have super teams anymore. So everybody has a chance. We'll see the Bucks, who we might all forget, Giannis didn't play. When they lost this
Mm-hmm.
year in the playoffs, they didn't have Giannis. If you add Giannis with the way that Dame Lillard played in the playoffs, they probably win that series.
Mm-hmm.
So we just
All right.
it's gonna be super competitive from here on out.
All right. I don't want to hear nobody. I'm hating, but
I don't think they repeat.
if the Bucks don't get a defensive guard, they gonna do the same thing to Dame as they do to Luca, as they do to James Harden.
But see, the thing is, like Dame's a willing defender at times, though. They like Luca and oh boy, they be blatantly just letting dudes go by. It's James Harden. Yeah. Their defense is just egregious. Dame Lillard don't
No,
be doing
Dame is just a physicality and a size issue. That's his situation.
it. Yeah,
Whereas like he's attempting to play defense. He physically he can only do so much. Luca is just he is a terrible human being to play with because you just don't want to play defense. And James
Right.
Harden, I don't know if James Harden can play defense or not. What I do know is that if he missed 21 straight threes, he gonna try and take 21 more.
That was D'Antoni. He ain't done that with no other team. He's played horrible in game sevens, but missing that many threes in a row was D'Antoni.
But the problem with Pat Beverly is that
He
Pat
has no
Beverly is
offense.
living on the reputation of Pat Beverly.
Yeah, he's not
This
that
season,
good.
he wasn't the same guy.
He wasn't that good in Houston. He wasn't that good in Detroit. He wasn't that good in Los Angeles. He's a good defender, but a lot of his game is just really getting under the other player's skin, and he adds nothing offensively.
Yeah. So,
He adds nothing, absolutely nothing. You think he's like career 11 points a game? Like it's not good.
wait, when I
Derek White averages more points per game than Pat Beverly.
by
Thank you,
one,
Trey.
by one.
I'm not even sure if it's that high. Hold on, I gotta Google him now. Pat Beverly. I gotta look it up. I gotta look it
Come
up.
on, man. Let's go. Bugging.
Career stats.
Come
Where
on,
we at?
boy. What the Dodgers?
Oh my God. He is a career 8.3 per game. I knew it wasn't good. He is a career 8.3 points per game guy. Yeah, he doesn't add anything. And I didn't say I wasn't saying that he was bully. I wasn't saying that he was. I'm just pointing that out that he's not gonna help you offensively
Wait a minute, what are we talking about? He had what? He had 30 this season. He exploded for 30 this season
in one game
in one game.
that they
And then
lose.
no, they won. They won that game. They won that game.
But I mean, he had his best seasons with the Rockets, so I guess that's something. A couple years where he averaged 10 a game.
And he's 35. Like, let's cut him some slack. He's 35 years old.
This
The
man has
man
played
earned his
on
stripes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different teams in the last 6 years. Good job. It's a new team every year.
TP just all right. We finna move along because TP gonna stay shooting that Pat Beverly. I don't know what Pat Beverly did.
He went to the Clippers just to piss off Chris Paul.
Oh man.
What happened?
Oh man. Oh. Okay. So hear me out. Hear me out. Chris Paul. I ain't gonna get into that. Just watch Clip. It's a TV show on Hulu. It's called Clip. Watch the show. It's really good. Gave me
Is
some
it?
great insight.
I've been meaning to watch that, man. Is
It's
that's
actually
based? That's real, right? That's all based off of
that's based
true.
off of what happened. Yeah, that season that the owner was, yeah, didn't want his paramour to bring Magic Johnson or to take pictures with Magic Johnson. Hey man, side note: be careful who you sleep with. Be careful who you sleep with. It is. You don't know who is out there. Um. Oh man, I thought DK. I saw two. I saw Sunrise had 2 goals. I thought you was
Yeah.
good.
No, I was not good because it was
He's
4-1, and then he immediately you see me like kind of I reacted one of these times. I was about done with them, and then they went and scored a goal again, so they made it
Like I don't.
good.
Oh man.
Oh, and they got another power play. Now that you, I'm, I'm sick of these dudes, man.
Whew.
Anyways,
So.
oh, what you
Oh
rocking?
man. Um. So apparently, and this is college athletics. Um. My beloved Florida State Seminoles sold $284 million in bonds for stadium expansion. So for those that don't understand, we basically sold a piece of the university or our debt to a private equity company, or I think it's multiple. I think it's 3, but the sum total is 284 million in private equity investment on bonds. So if we default, we don't lose the university, but we don't have no good credit either.
You know what this sound like? This sound like y'all invested with funny money, like old buddy with the hemp farm.
No, 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 no. This is a legit bond. The state have to back it. It's legit. It's legit.
That sound like
But
funny money.
it was a quiet story, and we'll get into why it was quiet on Thursday. But it was, you know how like something is seismic and it's earth changing, but it kind of slid under the radar because the media was already in Tallahassee for the Florida State ACC lawsuit. Which, by the way, ACC. I really need y'all to understand a few things.
The disrespect section.
Um, I was taught a long time ago. Jimbo taught me this because for some reason y'all thought that Florida State was gonna give y'all $500 million. Who was the podcaster that told you that the Big Ten been at Tallahassee Regional Airport since the beginning? And Mr. ACC news guy on Twitter, you thought we should just give the ACC $500 million? Do you see how much money we just got? It's Florida State
All right, for flex.
University. Nah,
You gonna get this guy?
we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. It's up, but we gonna keep them $500 million. Every last one. And you know what? I really feel like we should be able to do something for the ACC. We really should. We should be able to do something for the ACC because we don't really want to see you fold. We just want out. That's all we want. We want out. So I think you should go ahead and pick up the phone and say, look, how about we just take the $30 million from last season and y'all free and clear after this season? I think that's cool. And everybody win. It's a win-win. You can't beat that.
Nah. Ain't no win for them. Ain't no win for them.
I mean, if you listen, let's just keep it a buck. If Florida State lead the ACC, Georgia Tech might not be the happiest university in the world. Wake Forest might not be the happiest university in the world.
Why you say that?
Where they going? Who want Wake Forest and Georgia Tech? This ain't the
So
80s Georgia Tech when they had
Right.
their student body don't care about football no more. Their student body, for the most part, are Indo-Pacific Asians. So their love for college football is very different than, say, a Clemson or a North Carolina. They got a whole different demographic. They're an that has an
right,
engineering demographic.
right. They're scientists.
And if you pay attention to what I just said, you know the schools that's not going to sue the ACC because they can't. Miami, I truly believe, based on what I'm hearing, want to sue the ACC to get out, but they got their own money problems.
Mm-hmm.
They not a state school, so them trying to pull off what Florida State just did is risky.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's been fun to watch because TP was on the show when I found out what was gonna go down, and we tried to keep it anonymous. Not really, but we told y'all what was going down.
Did.
I just asked what color do they wear? It's a very specific orange too.
So it's it the ACC came a step closer to being a dead conference today. You better learn how to settle fast. You've seen how a conference can be cool 1 minute and gone in 3 months.
Yeah.
And of course, the ACC
Quickly.
took in the architect of the destruction of the Pac-12.
Clearly.
Hey,
They did not take
all the
notes.
schools they took Stanford. All the schools. And I'm not saying Stanford is not a nice school, but who flying from Tallahassee to Palo Alto? Ain't nobody doing that. They should play all their games on the road for 5 years.
That's OD. Nah. Come on, Troy. All they games for 5 years? They can't get a couple home games?
I mean, they can get homecoming. They can play Southwest. We don't care about football state for homecoming.
Wow.
But I'm gonna say this: a school that everybody need to pay attention to is SMU. Because if the ACC is still around with Florida State lead, SMU gonna dominate. Why? Because they can cheat in the open now.
They can cheat. Too late for that. It's too late.
When was the last time SMU was relevant?
When they was cheating.
Years.
They had like June Jones when he was there for a little bit. They was decent when he was there for a little bit.
Okay.
But it's SMU. They were stressing them out about winning and, hey man, we can pay for these players. He was like, no, we're not doing that no more. No, we're not doing that. They were stressing them out. So I don't know. Let me get off football because I know this ain't that podcast, but I wanted to tell everybody that there is a new model of paying for athletics, and Florida State was the very first to jump on it, which is crazy to me. Absolutely crazy to me. So, yeah, I don't have no problem with it. But if I ever wake up and I hear, well, we can't get the number one linebacker in the nation because we got too much debt, it's gonna be smoke in the city. Somebody gonna have to straighten me. And I ain't saying I'm not Marlo. You ain't gonna have to show me some fight, but you're gonna have to show me some paperwork on why I can't have the number one linebacker in the nation. Otherwise, it's gonna be big red action, hanging over the balcony, asking where my office hours are. Oh man, DK, you got a shot, man. You got a shot.
Hey, I do, but unfortunately, this baseball team telling me otherwise.
All right, let's TP. I have to ask questions. This is safe space. Who did you bet your parlays on?
Ooh,
Who, me?
DK.
Oh.
You say I have 0 parlays, sir.
Right. I was like, oh no, TP don't. That's not what he do.
Oh, I will.
Uh-oh.
Starting in August.
What is that time of year?
Best believe.
What is that time of year?
I'm gonna be down at the Santa Fe Casino. Doing it live and in person.
I know you lying. I know you lying. Hey man,
I don't think you lying. Nah, you wouldn't be lying. So like that.
Hey man, Willie Mays just passed.
Yeah. That was like right when the podcast had started, man. Crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah. How old was he? Like 87?
95, bro.
95?
Yeah, man.
I think that's what that said, right?
Damn.
93, sorry, 93.
That is crazy.
He had a good run, man. He had a good run.
Crazy run. I need a
Chuck Modi, he posted Willie Mays quote on Barry Bonds. He said, "Give somebody the honor that deserves to be in the Hall of Fame." That man, say hey Willie Mays, man.
What was the quote?
Chuck Modi quoted him.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. that's we've had some great ones leave us as of recently.
Yeah.
That one I did not I didn't expect, and don't get me wrong, he had a great run, an absolute great run. But it's still, rest in peace, King. Rest in peace. It's still sad to see him go. Better news, Michael Strahan's daughter is cancer free.
Hey, that's what's up.
That's definitely what's up.
Good news. Good news.
I don't. I'm running a little out of steam, and I apologize to everybody. Mom's Day took a little bit out of me today. I will say this though, I am very thankful for these two guys because I was like, I can't. I was tired, but I was like, I can't let the guys down. I can't let the guys down. Also, I chased my mama around that facility today in that wheelchair. And yeah, talk. She don't want to talk. She got stuff to do and places to go. I don't know where those places are, but she going. And I'm like, I'm asking the nurse, I'm like, hey, do I need to get her some special socks? She's like, no, the socks she got fine. She good, just let her go. I said, so y'all gonna just let her zoom around y'all facility? She's like, yeah, she fine. Okay. I'm not finna chase her around y'all facility. So I'm just gonna sit by the elevator and make sure, it don't get crazy. But all right. She was doing her thing. She was absolutely doing her thing. So the draft coming up. And the Lakers don't have a coach.
Yeah, that's what's weird. I don't know if there's any other team like that, but that's kind of weird for basketball. Man.
I mean, I don't know how they gonna draft. So I don't know if we got any Laker fans, and if we do, I apologize. But I'm for chaos. Let the Lakers draft Bronny in the first round.
They don't have a first round pick. I think it's a second round pick. I think it's like
second round. Yeah, let them draft with their first available pick. Go ahead and get Bronny. What did it hurt?
Nothing. Honestly, it don't really. It like how many times is a second round pick? Honestly, that dude. I say go for it. Gamble. Screw it. You never know what you're gonna get.
I mean, they are the reigning in-season tournament champions. What is it gonna hurt?
They can be the 2-time.
Because that don't even sound right. Reigning in-season tournament champion. That's like the regular season. What just happened? I know I'm behind, DK. I know I'm.
Nah. They had the little what you call it. They had the halftime or whatever.
The intermission. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I just hit a home run parlay though. Shohei Ohtani. Shout out to the big fella.
What about him? When are they gonna tell the truth?
hey. I mean, I don't think he was, honestly. Like, he ain't got no reason to anyways. That man got millions waiting for him. Bobby Bennett, right? Whatever. He like the dude from the Mets, man. He gonna be deferring that money forever. Oh,
they gonna land on their feet. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Nobody has answered my question. What bookie gives an interpreter $4 million in credit? Nobody can answer.
One with the right connections.
I ain't Marlo. I'm not gonna play that game. I know what I'm seeing. You're not finna piss on my head and tell me it's raining.
Damn.
So, TP, there's a distinct possibility that Sunrise got to go to. If I know I'll be asking God for crazy stuff, but if Edmonton can come back from 3-1 and win the series,
why?
And piss in Sunrise Fruit Loops. Oh my God. And to all the people that live near Sunrise, hey, I'm sorry. Not really. I'm sure you want to see your team win. I don't want to see your team win. I don't want to see your team win.
Hating. Why must you be so hateful? It's your own state. You don't want your state to be jumping off the map, man.
I
That's
don't care
supposed to be.
about
It's
it.
supposed to be.
So one, I don't care about all them New York, Connecticut, Boston
Transplant.
transplants. The hell. Now all of a sudden they hockey fans. Whatever. You just happy for your low property values and your low property tax.
Sound upset.
He do.
I wish my Lightning was playing.
Oh my god. That's why. He heard about his lightning. That's why.
They got old, man. We got old. We got old. Too many playoff runs. You can't stay on top forever. But I want ownership to make the right moves. We got to make some moves. And that's the one thing about the Lightning. The Lightning will hold on to you till you all used up. And then we ain't got nobody to come in and trade for. So, well, it has been a wonderful evening. And for this week, I'm gonna do something light because it's been kind of heavy this weekend, with Father's Day and everything. So I'm gonna do something a little light, because for those of you who don't know, I love playing video games on Xbox, specifically Madden and soon to be NCAA football. And TP and DK keep telling me I need to come back.
Yes.
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
So I bought the one.
Yes.
I bought the movie.
Oh man.
NCAA football.
Yes. The return. The return.
Fuck them kids, run stretch and option and wing T.
Do you
flex.
understand? Y'all about to find out. Are really about to find out. I'm gonna be able to play this game and put up 420 yards rushing, and everybody, he ain't trying to throw a pass. No, for what? For what? I don't want to hear it. Cry to your mama. And they gonna have mutts in NCAA football.
Yeah, I don't even know what that's gonna look like.
If I get Ward Dunn and Eric Dickerson in the same backfield, it's over.
Oh man.
It's over. Because I'm gonna have the best lineman in the game. I'm just, and Charlie Ward. Oh, it's gonna be trouble. But yeah, I'm back, and I need to get on. I need to get on my Mortal Kombat, because right now I got an 8-year-old talking noise to me about how he beat me in Mortal Kombat.
Oh man. And it begins when the kids start beating you in video games. It's time.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, bet. I'm gonna get my stuff together, because when you use your fairly, he's, oh, I got you now. All right,
Yeah.
all right, bet. So don't worry.
Gotcha.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Not like Mace, not like
Oh
4-5
man.
Jordan, but I'm coming back. TP.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's just going down.
Yeah.
I just want everybody to just take a time out, and pay homage to those that came before us. Tomorrow is Juneteenth. We celebrate We celebrate the day the slaves were officially notified that they were all free. We all know the Emancipation Proclamation was signed January 1st, 1863, but that didn't end the war, nor did it free every slave. There were still battles to be won, territory to be conquered, essentially, and it wasn't until the troops stormed the beaches of Galveston and took the state of Texas and notified the slaves that they were free. June 19th, 1865. This is the reason that we have our freedom today, while we're able to do things like podcasts and talk and work and own land and vote and all the good things that came with being official citizens in this country. And these are all rights that I think a lot of people take for granted. And at the same time, a lot of our rights are still infringed upon. But the only way change can be invoked is if we as a collective work together and not against each other. So the black on black crime, the black on black hate, the demasculinity of the black man in this country. These are all things that are being used as tools to keep us in the mindset that we are not free. But you have to take it upon yourself to break curses and break stereotypes and understand that you can do great things. You know, we talk a lot about sports, and a lot of these guys that have played these sports, not only were they great at the sport that they played, but they were pioneers for change, for rights, for acceptance in this country. So, you know, take time to learn a little bit about your history. Learn about why we actually celebrate Juneteenth and why the federal government decided recently to make it an official federal holiday because it hadn't been. So just like July 4th, we celebrate Juneteenth because these are both days that we commemorate freedom. In a world where everybody was not always free, we are free in this country, and those are two dates that stamp that. But understand, if you are of African American heritage or not, this is a day of learning. You know, learn about your black brothers and sisters. But that's my time for y'all. Enjoy your day. If you have the day off tomorrow, enjoy your day off. Everybody, TP, I see y'all Thursday.
DK.
All right, so for my final words, I'll kind of go with what TP said, but kind of backtrack on the holiday and talk about Father's Day. And just for one, thank you, my fellow fathers over here, kind of showing me the way, showing me the way for when I'm pump the brakes on it, but showing what good fathers are supposed to be, and including my own. If you do have a father, whether he's in your life or not, reach out to him, because they're important people. I really realize how, we might not be in the biggest house or have the most expensive car or all the fancy clothes, but him being around for all of my life he's taught me a lot, done a lot for me. So I appreciate having my father around. So shout out to you guys as well, being great fathers and setting the example for your kids. So if you haven't, please build a relationship, speak to your father. Time is short on this earth, man. Spend it with your loved ones, and that's all we got. That's what we got. Yeah, that's my 2 cents. And I will see you guys next Tuesday.
Well, as always, like and subscribe to the podcast. We are enjoying excellent growth, and it is because of the fans. And I would like to thank you, the fans. There are new videos every week that we post to both the podcast and the website. So just be aware, and you'll get your notifications. Man, gonna be a great week. It's gonna be a great week. Thursday night, the business of college sports. It is going to be a very interesting podcast for sure. May prevent me from going to ACC Media Day, but we are about. So, for the guys here at the Madness Basketball Podcast, we are out.